dragon, heed my call. Your will is mine to command. Curses. This arrival of the true Risen is most inopportune. Sovereign of Vermin, the ritual must not be disturbed. Let not the Arisen approach. You can manage that, I trust.
It is of vital importance that we have a word with Lord Victor. The Pretender is not present. Whatever it is, flag in mind. The Arisen has been torched! Quick! Douse the flames! Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment!
Your efforts are for naught, Arisen. Now, simply watch as this world's hollow and fruitless order is remade by my hand. The ritual is complete. The dragon comes. Behold! The Royce Dragon! By my power, the Dogma of Dragons is unmade. You could ne'er understand, Arisen. We must all be freed from the vulgar order wherein the dragon's existence determines all. Not enough. Cursed Arisen. You've doomed us all to a cycle. Anew.
Greetings, Arisen. Hast thou summoned the resolution to face me? Then answer me this. Why dost thou fight? Is it to reclaim thy flesh, thy stolen heart? Or is it to reclaim thy throne? I offer thee a choice. Grant unto me this life in my claws, and be gone from this place. Or stand and fight. Pitiable Arisen. The time for thou to make thy choice is come. Show me the path thou wouldst walk. and thou shalt live to claim thy coveted throne. Fight and thy life is forfeit. Thou wilt face the dragon's dogma. The decision is thine to make. Wilt thou prove thy subservience and face me? Or wilt thou instead seek glorious escape? Intriguing. This then is thy will. Our parley is done. We must fulfill our charges. I as the dragon, and thou as the Arisen. Climb upon me. We shall depart for our true battlefield. Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into its save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world would be no simple matter. The world shall not change with my death, nor shall it change with thine. Consider the reason. How it is thou came to be. How have the once closed paths before ye come to be clothed? Think well, Arisen, but rest not. I will know thine answer through the strength of thy will. Thou shalt cut a swathe through the false benevolence enshrouding this world. Arisen, pitiable soul tossed by the winds of fate. Wilt thou slay me, or be slain? I know not how this story endeth. The outcome was determined in a time before reckoning. And yet, Arisen, born of a hapless faith though it may be, perchance 'tis thy will, and thine alone, that couldst contest the great will of this world. Thou art too late. The hour is upon us. We must decide a victor, and in so doing, form a link in the chain that bindeth this wheel. Tell me, Arisen, what is thy desire? Is it to slay the dragon, thereby delivering the world? Or dost thou only seek conflict with the mighty?
Be sure to give its breath a wide berth. The fate of the continent, then what?
Even our battle here was
and strike ere it recovers.
Is this the sum of thy might?
Strike the exposed heart! Fire must be put out ere our comrade burns!
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait a moment. I will gladly. Allow me.
Dragon's magics are fierce and mighty. Take care they do not catch you unawares.
Be sure to give us breath of white first. Evade the carefully, then watch for an opening to strike.
Iram Gafu Fliga.
Avoid its onslaught and strike the moment an opportunity presents itself. Evade its fiery breath and strike ere it recovers. True enough. No harm shall come to you.
Might I be of assistance? We must need to throw it off balance if we are to lay bare its vulnerabilities. Mayhap we could try climbing onto the track.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. I shall rescue you. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I would gladly obey.
Now thou wilt witness my true strength.
clear its focus.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Might I be of assistance?
Allow me. The dragon's magics are fierce and mighty. Take care they do not catch you unawares. Lion.
I'm tired of this folly. Canst thou do no better?
Bathe its fiery breath and strike if it recovers. I shall draw its focus. Is everyone alright? We must needs heal however we can.
unending cycle. All is preordained. Even my death at thine hands. Yet perhaps thy will is great enough to put an end to it.
Why do you pursue me, Arisen? You have fulfilled your charge, are you not satisfied? Seek you greater status? Perhaps to rule the world entire? It is power you desire, you need merely spy out the path.
Choice is thine, Arisen. By thy will alone can the course of the rivers of fate be altered.
You would still resist your fate. Understand you the folly of such a decision. Even the beating of your reclaimed heart was born of the great will of this world. Yet you would abandon it. Everything in this world, all that you have come to know as reality, is the creation of the Great Will. Should that will be lost, no mortal being could survive. However, if regret yet assails your spirit, then perhaps you should reaffirm your choice. Witness with your own eyes, or through the eyes of another, the fate of this world.
Thou wishest to dismantle the world's will, just as I do. Yet Dost thou know what awaiteth the world, should it meet such a fate? 'Twould become a fleeting, fragile, vacuous thing, bereft of the cycle. Naught would be born into its save chaos, great and terrible. Surviving in such a world would be no simple matter. Yet, if thy will is set upon the truth, thou must demonstrate its strength. Prove through thine actions that thou canst cast off this wheel. Think well. Arisen, but rest not. I will know thine answer through the strength of thy will. Thou shalt put a swathe through the false benevolence enshrouding this world. Arisen, pitiable soul tossed by the winds of fate. Wilt thou slay me, or be slain? I know not how this story endeth. Everyone was determined in a time before reckoning. And yet arisen, born of a hapless faith as may be. Perchance, 'tis thy will, and thine alone, that couldst conquer.
No, stay away.
Pray. Turn back.
Leave now, while you can.
You have strayed, Arisen. And for what? Lest you forget. You have a world where you belong. There, you are to fell the great evil in your path and rule the people as their sovereign. For that is who you are. And it is my wish that you should live out that life of purpose. The time has come for you to return. Go. My children shall see you there safely.
Let us go home. Together.
To a world under your rightful rule.
To a world all your own.
This is your will? Then behold, a world unmerciful, bereft with benevolent hands and eyes. find it strange. But this is your world. The world, alas, if only you had chosen to become sovereign. At the end of your travails, you could have ruled, yet that world of limitless possibilities has ended. You stand now upon its remains, the vestiges of a world that innumerable wills have served to deliver this world from extinction time and time again. You alone have refused to carry out that great purpose. What you see before you is the consequence. Behold. As it has failed to be chosen, and as 'twill ne'er be read, in the blink of an eye, the sickle of oblivion will reap aught that you have known. I would advise you not to waste these last moments. Explore that perhaps, in doing so, you shall come to see and know the wretchedness of a world unworthy of being chronicled. How shall you fare, I wonder? Will you endure in this world, abandoned and unprotected?
Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost.
I say it. We trounced our foe well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. What has become of the world? Would that there was someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Rotheus speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the seafloor shrine?
If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Surely I'm overdue a day.
Welcome.
Life is full of chances. Joy and by the share this.
Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Wishing my armor
I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Go on, have a look.
At once, Master.
We're here, Master.
How can I get this color to come out brighter? Living God, but dreams are...
Your pawn is nowhere to be seen, Master. But where would a pawn possibly go, leaving their own master behind?
Perhaps this too is Lord Phasis' doing. We ought to go and speak with him at the Forbidden Magic Research Lab.
There's ought to be said, peace is actually does a number on my shoulders. A chance to put my feet. Tap is as welcome as fine as
So stiff after a day.
the townspeople depend on me.
Pray in, ne'er put gold in my pocket.
The heavens will surely heed our earnest prayers.
I shall suffer none to disturb his peace.
our research, she'll save the world entire. Where to now?
Should I talks?
Breadth of knowledge is no less important than depth.
Ah, Arisen. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps... In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with... Laz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batalla. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key. Alas, try what I might. Your pawn... Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed. Then in your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would tell me, Arisen, what became of you this... So following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence read... Could that have been the world forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate. And speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master, how long I've slept. But worry not. Now that I am awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
What has become of the world? Would that there were someone who could explain this madness.
Come to think of it, did not Sir Rotheus speak of releasing the world from its bonds in the Seafloor Shrine? If this is indeed the world unbound, then perhaps we ought to seek out his wisdom.
Well met, sir.
Life is full of chances and
Finally, some peace and quiet. Well met.
Well met, sir. You'll be glad to know that I finally finished my reading of that. Which brings me to a curious point. What happened to my eye? Oh, Nim. Now, as I was saying, I'd like for you to... It would seem 'tis part of a set, and will only reveal its true power when both tomes are in hand. The copy I possess is but I've heard tell that its twin can be found in a queer little shop in Vermont. Alas, passing through the border checkpoint is... But you, sir, I dare say you are not of Batal. Then you ought have no trouble passing through. I implore you. All I want is to give my family a decent life. The life they deserve. This is my chance to... Welcome. And well met. Always a pleasure.
Mother, quick! Over here!
Beg pardon, sir, but I must ask you to stop aiding my husband. He lost his eye while reading that grimoire. I can't bear to see him involved with that filth. But he refuses to listen.
He's been saying not to worry, that he'll make us more money soon. 'Tis as if he's lost his mind. 'Tis all my fault, Mother. He's only been like this since I...
No, 'tisn't, dear, and don't you fret. Your father, pray, sir, seek out that grimoire if you must, but do not give it to my husband.
Ought we to give Sir Isaac the grimoire as he requested?
Me? Now, this hardly bears saying. But don't you...
Many thanks.
Not sure what they brought in particular.
What hope have I of doing any...
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears. Or so I had assumed. After what yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled? Or merely... I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the...
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an autumn... Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
magic, imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
What am I supposed to do?
Principles unproven as dust.
You do your vocation proud.
This ends here!
Certainly arisen. How might I be of aid?
It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go.
Not as bad. I'm coming to your aid.
Go where your help is needed.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice.
Why do you falter? Come this way. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us.
During my time with Lord, yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Principles unproven are as dust.
One monster down and two more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective.
This cannot continue.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice.
The beast's fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
monster down and 2 more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective.
This cannot continue.
Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use.
Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly oblige. One monster down and 2 more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective.
Few know the real nature of the dragon.
There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
Your aid is appreciated.
What a singular creature. It is what caused it.
Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned.
Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be for. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world. Go, do what you must. I will remain here and continue my work. Someday soon, I will lay bare the truth of this world, and on that day, I will slip the yoke of this broken order that rules us all.
Never did I imagine such a dragon could exist. 'Tis a glad thing we felled it, whatever 'twas.
My wares. Most of it. Only do take care to leave the room as you found it.
We must rest. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Seems my feet always.
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble.